This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Okay, hello everybody. My name is Ballok, and this is a conversation with Karen. Hope you're having a great day. Today, on the Cape, it's beautiful sunny out. It's supposed to be up to 5, and we're supposed to get rain tomorrow, which means all that snow is going to be gone. But this is Bruce County. Don't worry, there'll be more snow. I'm sure of it. There's lots going on in the area in the next month or two, and right in Kincardine, there's lots of things happening. One thing is Lakeside Living Marketplace. And here to talk about it is Tammy Schneider. She's the executive director of the Kincardine District Chamber of Commerce, and joining her is Kirston Zandwyk. Am I saying that right, Kirston?
Yes,
okay.
Thank you.
Okay, and you're the membership service coordinator? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Membership service coordinator. Okay, and they're going to talk to us about this Lakeside Living Marketplace that is coming up. When is it coming up? April 27th. Take it away, Tammy. What's happening?
Thanks so much for having us on today, Karen. I really appreciate giving us the opportunity to just chat about this. We're really excited about this year's show. It's actually a show within a show. Think of it that way. Last year, after 3 years of no home expos, the Chamber of Commerce in Kincardine brought back the Home Expo. Super successful. We had wonderful vendors. We had great attendance, and we're just thrilled with our sort of return to the Home Expo. So this year, we decided that besides our 2-day expo on April 27th and 28th, we would also host a 1-day marketplace. And the marketplace is really for our small vendors. And we put the call out for people to come and join us for that 1 day. And we've gotten a really interesting, eclectic number of groups that have contacted us. Some of them are jewelry makers. We have people that make pillows. We have bakers. We also have not-for-profit groups and just a beautiful array of small businesses. And we're excited with the people that have shown up or signed up so far, but we're also open to taking more vendors in for our marketplace as well. If they're still interested, we still have lots of time.
I imagine a lot of them are local too.
Sure, a lot of them are. And of course, you know that because you've got so much experience in the the small fairs, the artisan fairs, that sort of thing. You've run a number of them very successfully. I don't know how many years now. You're very in tune with them. A lot of these places, they don't have bricks and mortar. They don't have showrooms or stores where they can sell their products. Really, other than social media, they have a way of promoting their products in front of customers. So this is a great way to connect them with consumers in the community and help them spread the word about their product.
Yeah, and like you said, from being around this for so long, it's a group of people that they all know each other. And it's like camaraderie. It's like everybody getting together to just enjoy themselves. I know some people, when COVID came, they were quite upset because it was their livelihood. And a lot of the others said, you know what, we'll wait it out because we're all friends. We know we're going to see each other eventually again. And things are getting better. Shows are down, but they're getting better. So this could be a really good opportunity for your show to bring back some more people.
I think so. And I think shoppers in particular are very excited about being face-to-face with those vendors again and getting out there and, exchanging ideas about decorating and things to do. And of course, our show is April 27th at the Davidson Center from 10 until 3, right before Mother's Day. So if you're looking for that gift for mom or for grandma, this is a great time to find something handmade and really just special to this.
Yeah, some unique things. Some things you see there you don't see anywhere else. Because they're not mass produced. They're individually made by artisans. So now, how many vendors do you have so far?
We've got 30 vendors at this point. We've got room for about 20 more. So we are taking more registrations for people that are interested. And really, they just have to contact myself at director@kincardindchamber.com, or they can leave me a message at 519-396-9333, and I'll send them over all the information they need and registration information, answer any of their questions. So we're excited.
Mark will put it all up there too, won't you, Mark? He'll put all the information up there for you.
Terrific.
Yeah, it's, you're talking April, so everybody's getting out. You're getting out from this winter so far. It hasn't been that bad yet. So everybody's going to be really interested, especially with having the home and garden show the next day, right? The next day. Yeah. And look at people pumped up, I think.
Yeah, well, the home and garden show. Oh, sorry, Kirston, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that the home and garden show, the expo, it's running on 2 days, the Saturday and the Sunday, and then the market is just the one day. So it's really neat because they're coinciding, they're running together. We're really excited about this because there's going to be two crowds coming out. There's the crowd who's looking for the big home renovation, and then the crowd that's there shopping for that something unique. And also at the same time, the Davidson Center is going to have a free swim for attendance. So it's just going to be such a fun day in Kincardine.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on because people love to spend some time. They don't want to be in and out. They want to spend some time. So we've got a magician coming in, music, demonstrations from some of our vendors that can actually show you how to do sort of a how-to it on a do-it-yourself project. And then, as Kirston mentioned, we have a free swim on the Saturdays.
Well, this is perfect because the women like to do the shopping and the men can go look at all that building kind of stuff. The man stuff.
The men to do some shopping too.
Yes, they should, with Mother's Day coming up soon, yes. And buy themselves something for Father's Day. That's not long after. Get started early.
That's right. That's right. Well, and we think there's so many opportunities for people to really envision maybe what their backyard could look like, their kitchen could be like. We have a fine cabinet maker coming. We have people that do home installations. So April, when the weather clears, and I know we had a ton of snow this weekend, but wait till Wednesday and it'll be spring again. So once that weather comes and it stays, people are really excited about making those changes outside. They can vision them.
It's perfect time of year because it is home and garden. And that's what happens. April comes, the snow's gone, except in a few little places. And people want to get out there and start cleaning up and thinking about what they want to do. I know I'm like that as soon as it starts, as soon as you see the first flower pop up. Although we did have flowers this winter. I was shocked to go outside and see some of my periwinkle in bloom.
No, that doesn't happen very often.
There was snow on it. How crazy is that?
Yeah, I think even spring is a little mixed up this year. So, if it's okay too, I wanted to mention our sponsors because, of course, we do not do shows like this. The cost of them is really prohibitive, and we don't want to push all that cost onto our vendors for both the expo and the marketplace. So we are very grateful to them for their contributions. Of course, NPX, great community partner, is sponsoring a breakfast for our vendors. Heritage Fire and Furnace, Bruce Telecom, Miller Insurance, Shoreline FM, who will be broadcasting all weekend from the expo. Boiler Beach is coming out. They've opened a new company called Fourth Entertainment, and they have a big surprise for people to come out who are hosting parties. A big tractor trailer full of music. It's literally full down stage. So they'll be there showing their product. Fulmer's Gardens, Bruce Power, of course, and Reliance Home Comfort. So we are so grateful to all our sponsors. They come through when we need us every time and really make the show affordable and accessible to everyone. So give them their props as well.
Now, this is your first year since COVID?
We did one show last year in 2023, and that was really a testing ground for us to see if people were interested in going back to that format, and the response was tremendous. We just such a great turnout for the show, and it was wonderful. And Kirston, is that a cat?
The joys of doing things virtually from home. Yes, that is my Sphynx cat. She's very social and she hears people talking.
She wants to be part.
Back on.
I put my.
We'll get to the expo.
Karen, you've got a show coming up as well too, don't you?
Yes, I do. I was going to mention that May 11th, day before Mother's Day, in Tiverton again. I think this is about our 7th, because we've had them in the spring and a couple Christmas ones. We even did one fall fair last year, which was a big success. Even though it was so cold, we froze. It was inside, but it was in the old arena. So May 11th, we have one at the Tiverton Sports Center. That's a nice big arena. It's beautiful. Tons of parking. It's wonderful. We're always looking for vendors. I think we can take up to 100. And right now I just hit the 70 something. So we want to get everybody out, and there'll be some of the same vendors, I'm hoping, that's in yours. They're all local, a lot of local people. And any of mine I've sent your way. So hopefully there were some.
Yeah,
there were some.
and
Yeah.
I think keep in our minds too that it's, one doesn't take away from the others. Really, this is a for those small businesses. I have read so many things on social media about, you support these small home-based businesses. Kids get to take dance lessons. They get to ski out at Stony Island. They get to buy their hockey equipment, take class trips, stuff like that. So helping little is still helping local.
Oh gosh, yeah. And a lot of times they'll see something at one, can't afford it at the time, but they know how to get a hold of that person, so they can get in touch with them, and they can think about what they want to get. So this works out perfect, really, because April, that gives them a chance to think about what they can get their mother or father, and they can contact them, because a lot of them are local, which is wonderful. We have some great artisans in our area, absolutely great artisans, and I'm happy to see that they're coming back out, because it's been hard. It's been hard.
I'm always impressed with the small markets, how these makers will make something completely different.
Yes.
One small batch of soap can be a completely different one at another market. These are very creative individuals, and no two markets will be the same from any small vendor.
And they can
they're all personal. Yeah, absolutely. So now for the home and garden show, we'll just get a little bit on that too, since it's all going to be there at the same place, which is wonderful. Do you have a lot of vendors coming for that, or I don't even know if you can call them vendors. I guess
we call them vendors. More than 75% sold out at this point for the big show, for the two. Yeah, we had a lot of people who participated last year return this year. They were very happy with the response they received and the kind of leads that they generated from the show. So they're back on board again. And again, because of our sponsors, we're able to keep our costs very manageable, especially, of course, we check out other shows to see what they're charging. We are one of the most affordable shows to participate in. And because we're really throwing a lot of money at advertising and promoting the show, it packs a double punch, because our people will get it and our marketplace people will benefit from that as well.
Yeah, that eats up a lot. I hate to say it, but the advertising, it does eat up a lot, but it's the only way you can get out there. Thankfully, we have social media, which is free. And you get a lot of on this. I don't know if you've had any kind of problems, but what I'm finding this year are a lot of people trying to get your vendor information. Have you seen that? Where a lot of it this year.
Most of us have been forthcoming. We had early bird pricing for ours that ended last Friday. So a lot of people buzzed in quite early in order to take advantage of that and save a few extra dollars, which who can blame them for that? So they've been quite good. It's become the way of the world now that people wait to the last minute to sign up, and then you've got a lot of requests coming in those last couple.
Yeah, I sent a big email out for this for you, and but I've got some new vendors that I'm going to let them know about this too, because they're all looking. Everybody's looking for shows in the spring. Summer gets a little wild, but in the spring they want shows. So You may get a few more there. I know you can fit them in there. You'll fit them in. You'll fit them in there. And Kirston, it's very nice meeting you. And you're getting right into the swing of things now. You got Tammy as your Yoda. She's going to keep you in line and show you what all the ways of the world.
Oh, Kirston has done an amazing job. She's been here. I can't even say it's been 8 weeks yet, but she's been amazing, and she really hit the ground running. There's lots to do this time of year because we're planning so many things. We also have a seniors forum in June that we're going to do again this year that we're very excited about. And of course, we do the Chamber Awards in October, Santa Claus Parade in December. So a lot of behind the scenes work has to be done for all those things to come together and be really great events. So she's been...
You can always come back and talk about them anytime. Let me know when.
Would love that. Would love that. So I'm really giving all the information I can about the Home Expo and the marketplace. And you said Mark's going to put the contact information up on the screen. Can Kirston talk to you a little bit about membership?
Sure can. Sure, we got time.
Yes, well, thank you. It's great to be here and to meet you as well. So on our Home Expo and Marketplace registration forms, the vendors will notice that there is a difference for our member prices and also non-member prices for registering for the event. So we've gotten a lot of questions about memberships there. So I just wanted to talk about what a membership means and kind of some of the benefits for the Kincardine District Chamber of Commerce members. So firstly, I'd say a big one is credibility. You become, well, the Kincardine Chamber of Commerce, it's really like a local referral network for businesses. There's also a commitment to the economic prosperity of Kincardine that businesses are then showcasing. So really, it means something to the community. Also, your business information, your website logo all gets added to the Kincardine Chamber of Commerce website. The website has very strong visibility. It's very highly searchable for the Kincardine area. So it's a great way to get your name out in the community. We also have social media that is quite busy, has a good following. So we love to share our members' updates and posts all over social media as well. Our members get discounted rates for things such as the home show, Seniors Expo, and there is, we have an import-export service as well for our members that they have access to. One of my favorite ones is networking. So valuable. But we do have some networking events and opportunities, and chamber members really get to know each other as well. It is a community. There's over 200 businesses and organizations now within the Kincardine Chamber of Commerce. We also do milestone celebration events. I know a lot of people have seen them all over social media, but we're just thrilled to come out for any grand opening, anniversary event, new location, to help celebrate that. So that is a big fun part as well. There also is a Chamber of Commerce group insurance plan that is available. So any small business, they're not eligible for benefits or just quite small and don't have benefits for their business. This is something that they can then purchase, and through the chamber makes them eligible, right, Tammy, to have this for themselves and their employees. So, really good. Those kid dental bills or whatnot. Yes. Is there anything you'd want to add in there, Tammy?
I think you did a great job, Kirston, just listing off so many reasons to join the chambers. And we find that themselves, some of them just want to be part of the community. And our member rates are very low, less than the price of a very small coffee every week. So they're very affordable. They help us bring the Santa Parade to the community. They help us with this home show. They help us with the seniors forum and all those really signature events that the chamber brings forward that just build community spirit and love and draw all of us together.
Small
so- go ahead.
small town. It's a small town getting together. Everybody pitches in and helps each other.
It is.
Yeah, I would also add in, there's a bit of a misconception as well. There aren't physical boundaries as to where the Kincardine Chamber of Commerce serves. We're certainly focused on the Kincardine area, but we do have like some trades companies from Hanover who do a fair bit of business in Kincardine, say, and chamber membership is the cheapest way for them to get their name out there in the Kincardine area. And you know what? Some of those business owners have kids that do gymnastics in Kincardine, and Kincardine is still part of their community as well. So it's not like only Kincardine residents can be a member.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a good area.
Local people as well too, right? And contribute to other causes and sponsorships in this community. So every business brings their own value.
Yep, absolutely. Well, it's been great talking to you guys. Tammy, it was nice to see you again after so long. We chat, but not like we used to.
Usually in line at the grocery store or over a cup of coffee. So we'll get you next time where we can spend a little time talking together. We're so grateful you had us on today, Karen.
Yeah,
Thank you, Karen.
I'm so glad you both came on. Kirston, welcome to the community and to the Kincardine Chamber. Like I said, I'm sure Tammy will show you the ropes. So you can see everything going on. And come back when you got more stuff going on too, please, because everybody needs to know. And this goes not just in Kincardine, it's on YouTube, like I was saying. So there'll be a lot of exposure. So absolutely come back. And thank you so much for coming on today.
Thanks for having us, Karen. And good luck with your show in May.
Thank you very much. I hope it is a good one. And good luck to yours. I'll be out to check things out.
Perfect. Take care.
Okay. We'll see you then. Bye now.
Bye.
Okay, now we have somebody else. There's something else going on in Kincardine. It is called Lots of Socks. And you've probably seen this in the village or in Kincardine. And I've seen it too, but I really didn't get right into it to see what it was. It's community living. They're the ones that do this. And it's quite exciting what they're doing. And I don't think a lot of people know what it's all about because you just see it in the windows, because that's what it is. They put socks in windows. And here to talk about it is Catherine Evans. She is a communication and marketing coordinator for community living right here in Kincardine. Hi, Catherine. How are you?
I'm good, Karen. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming on. And like I said, I've always seen this, but not really looked into it to see what it was about. I just remember seeing all the neat looking socks, and I'm definitely going to wear some funny looking socks this March 21st. Tell us about what this is. It's March 21st, right?
March 21st, that is correct. So this is the Lots of Socks annual window display event, as we like to call it. It was started back in about 2015 by a young lady that we supported. She came to us saying, the Down Syndrome International, they've started this really cool campaign. They use socks to promote World Down Syndrome Day. And I'll tell you a little bit why they use socks. So I brought a set of socks today. If you take two socks and you place them heel to heel, it resembles a chromosome. And what does chromosomes have to do with any of this? Well, when the triplication of the 21st chromosome happens, it results in something called Down syndrome. So here at Community Living Kincardine, we support people with a developmental disability, one of those disabilities being Down syndrome. So Down Syndrome International, they started this cool campaign using socks representing chromosomes, and they said, you know what, we really want you to promote this however it works in your community. So this young lady, she came to us and she said, I want my picture in all of the business windows, surrounded by socks to bring awareness to this day. So we, supported her to start this initiative back in 2015. Just a handful of businesses came on board and started it, and it has grown ever since.
It's amazing because I know the first time I saw all the socks in the windows, I thought, what is this all about? And there were some funny looking socks there. I have a few pair that look like that too. And now they decorate the windows, the business community, decorate the windows, and they take pictures of it and submit it to you. Is that how that works?
That is correct. So we encourage all of the businesses to register through me. We'll go out the first week of March and kind of give them a poster and a portrait. So the poster outlines what is World Down Syndrome Day, why are people hanging socks in their windows. It gives them a little bit about the goals of World Down Syndrome Day, which is really surrounding inclusion, belonging, and then a portrait of somebody in our community who has Down syndrome. And we put the portraits in there because, well, one, this young lady who started this whole thing really wanted her portrait there, but also because we really try to work to normalize disability. We all want to be represented in the media. We want to be able to see, a version of ourselves. I have blonde hair. I want to see people with blonde hair. I have brown eyes. I want to see people with brown eyes. People with Down syndrome are the same. We are all the same. More the same than different is kind of how we talk about people with disabilities as well. So we hang these portraits to really help to normalize some of that disability, and in hopes that, also it gives a kind of shining light on some of the people in our community, and often the themes of their portraits will be something that they chose. And that just helps support that message of more the same than different as well.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people have a misconception about people with Down syndrome. I think it's opened up a lot of eyes in the last few years, maybe 10 years, just how capable they are of doing the same things we do.
Absolutely. Very, very capable. And as you said, we're seeing a lot of that as we talk about inclusion, and people are being included, and we see just how the same everybody really is. So these portraits, we've had portraits of people skiing. We've had portraits of people in their favorite movie scene, which is pretty cool. Our photographer is Jamie Edwards of JME Photography Studio, and he's done some really, really great photos for us, both through Photoshop, putting people in some of those really cool scenes, movie scenes, and then of course on site. One year we had, all Kincardine themed shots, and I really do encourage you just to go on and check out our Facebook page. You can see some of the past photos, and then of course the photos from this year as well.
Now, how do people vote? Do they go onto your website and look at the pictures, or do they actually look at the store windows?
Yeah, so we do encourage you to take a walk downtown and look at all the beautiful displays, of course. You want to see them in person for sure, but we do have the businesses submit a photo. So we're asking that those deadline for submission is on March 18th. That gives us some time to upload them to our website, and then you can vote by clicking the heart, and then we total them up and see how many hearts and see who the winner is. We do have the coveted Golden Sock Award to present to the winning display, which is always really fun. We have the media down, and they're really great to capture all of those events as well. So it's pretty great. So March 21st, we encourage you to wear your most loud, your most mismatched pattern socks, wear them over your pants, however you're going to get that conversation started about belonging, inclusion, and World Down Syndrome Day, of course. And then go on our website, and voting is open usually until noon. Those details will be out on our Facebook page as well, but noon is usually our cutoff. That's when we total, and then we announce the winner.
That's great. I think it's a really wonderful event you have going for Down syndrome. I like I say, you got to make people aware that they're all like us. It's not like it used to be, is it? Things have really changed, and you're seeing people with Down syndrome do so many things. They can do anything we can do.
Absolutely. And that's really the message we want to get across. And as you can see in the portraits year after year, people are very, very capable and very able. And we talk about raising the bar, raising expectations. These are all things that, our community going out and showing how inclusive they are, and all of the participating businesses. We have, most years, we're up around 100 businesses. So it's pretty incredible. It has grown. And just to see the inclusion that's occurring downtown in our community it's pretty great.
That's great. I'm going to make sure I make a point of checking this out this year. I just happened to be downtown when I saw them, but I'm going to make a point of going down and checking them all out and voting. I would
Wonderful.
definitely voting. Yeah. Well, thanks so much, Catherine, for coming on and letting us know what this is all about. It's coming up. Just Jesus, how many weeks? Just a couple of weeks. About 2 weeks. By the time this is aired, it'll be about 3 weeks. So make sure you get out there and check them out. They go to all this trouble to put this event together. You want to go out there and see what they do, and it'll inspire you to do the same thing next year, I would think. So get out there and have a look. Thank you so much, Catherine, for coming on and talking about this. It's really wonderful what you're doing there.
Thank you.
Okay, hopefully we'll see you again next time something's going on. Okay, thanks a lot, Catherine.
Hey.
Talk to you later. Okay,
Bye.
Mark. Bye now. Okay, Mark, we got time. Good. Thank you so much, Catherine.
Heartbeat of Mother Earth, I feel you and embrace your warmth. I see you dancing through the trees. Your song floats on the summer breeze. Community, we come together. We are the voice of our ancestors. Thankful for how much you bless us. Feel the thunder in the drum. All our voices sing as one. Feel the power, feel the pride. Feel the drumbeat deep inside. Feel the boom, feel the bass. Let's let go of time and space. It'll make you dance, it'll make you sing. Ode Wegun, Wedok Wishin. The drum will lead you, take you far. Always remember who you are.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
On Rogers TV.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming back. It's nice that you could come and talk to us. I hope you're going to go to some of these things that are going on at the Davidson Center. There's unbelievable things that are going on in the way of building. You know, you don't know what all the new things are out there until you go to one of these home shows. So you got to check that out. And I would love to hear that you went there and we got good stuff going on there. Anyway, second part of the show. March is Fraud Awareness Month. And you must watch the news. I just saw it again last night. A woman was milked of $300,000 and it had to do with Bitcoins. But there are so many other things. I can't believe all the different fraud that's out there. It's amazing. And here to talk to us is Constable Martin. He's here with us again to talk about fraud. Welcome, Kevin. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you kindly, and appreciate the opportunity. I need my friends to help me spread the word because it's a bit of a bad trend and we want to reverse it. It's
terrible right now. All I hear, almost every day I hear about people being bilked out of money. And it's so high tech now.
Yes.
You know, you used to worry about people copying your card in your wallet. And you had told us to have one of those wallets. But it's not even that now. It's everything. I mean, you're afraid to do almost anything, isn't it?
And that's the key right there is they build fear. But you know what? Let's take away the fear. Let's give your viewers a trade secret. Mm-hmm. All you have to do is verify unsolicited contact. Mm-hmm. Maybe they will pretend to be with the CRA, maybe with a bank, maybe with a person you know, a relative, friend, coworker. They have a lot of power, and this little thing called AI that's coming down the pipe will make it a little slipperier yet, but just verify.
Yeah, I know we've always talked about this before, and on Facebook, that's a big one. I just saw that. It said, this is how you think you're being scammed, and it shows a guy with a hood. It's actually all those stupid little games, all those little questionnaires, which I don't go near anymore since I learned that that's where it all is. But a lot of people do that.
Oh, please don't. Please don't play those cute games, your pet's name and your favorite movie. That's your passwords. Don't fill those answers in.
Yeah, and they get your information. They get you to like them, and then they've got everything. So they're going to be right there bugging you. I know that's what happens. It's terrible. Unfortunately, social media has done a lot in the way of fraud. As good
It
as
really
can
has.
be, yeah, it can be good. Now, I was reading just how much money is spent on fraud, how much people lose. I just checked this out. Let me get my specs on. It's saying, let's hear, there are a total of 70,000 reports in 2022. And that's only the people that report it, because there are people that are embarrassed and don't want to report it. And that was the woman that was on the news last night, $350,000, I think. And she was so embarrassed, she wouldn't tell anybody. And she lost it with this Bitcoin thing. When I see the word Bitcoin, I stay away from that. I don't know what it is, and I stay away from it. I just know it's bad.
Cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, what they're speaking of is typically online investing. And for our friends out there that have money to invest, I can't emphasize enough the value of doing your homework. There are a lot of fraudsters getting involved in this cryptocurrency Bitcoin gambit. And unfortunately, 350,000 is actually on the low end of some of the losses I've read. It is so dangerous. If you're going to invest, please, please, please do your homework. Do at least 5 verifications on these sites that you're looking at. And even then, I do another just to be sure. It's your money. Why wouldn't you work hard to protect it?
Yeah, and that's something that when I was reading all these facts about fraud, 5, that's what they said. 5 was the one. 5 minutes, 5 hours, just 5. Spend 5 different things to make sure it's right. It's called a 5-star fake out, right? To make sure.
It seems we all know that one.
I know, but there's so many people that are still falling for it. They said 108 million in investments was a fraud in 2022. That's a lot of money.
It is. And by the way, do you recall me saying the trend? Let me elaborate on that a little bit. And this is going to upset you a little bit, and I hope it does. Here's what I mean. In 2021, Canadians reported a loss of $384 million to fraud. In 2022, $530 million. In 2023, $554 million. This is not something to be proud of. We don't want that number climbing. And here's something that should knock your socks off. 5 to 10% of fraud is reported.
Yeah.
If 554 million is 10%, good Lord.
Yeah, that's just it. People are too embarrassed. Even a silly thing that my husband even did once, and I know this has happened a lot. He saw on the news that a local TV personality in Toronto, had stopped doing her show and was now selling this product, face cream. And he thought, oh, that's nice, I'll get that for my wife. Well, it was a scam. I mean, I got the face cream, but they planned on charging me every month. And this personality had nothing to do with this. He thought he was doing something nice for me. Luckily, I caught it in time, but I've seen other stars being used, or personalities being used for this sort of thing. And those are the ones that people will gravitate to, I would think.
Yes, well, it's got a celebrity's face on it. It must be good.
That's
well, right. Ask yourself this. How hard is it to get a celebrity's picture?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even an old fellow like me can find a celebrity's picture in seconds with our friends at Google, our friends at Bing, whatever search engine you use. It's very simple.
I used to think a lot of the scams were, I know we've talked about them, for like the romance scams, but I think they're a small part of it now, aren't they? It seems to have gotten so big with the cryptocurrency and the AI. That's the stuff I worry about.
Yes.
The AI.
They can replicate your loved one's voice. Yes. Not good. Not good.
No. Oh, and you know how we work with seniors, and they would be the first ones to be duped because number one, they can't hear. And number two, they don't keep up on this stuff. They don't know about a lot of these scams going on. I mean, thankfully you come and talk to them. But it's still hard for them to believe that this can be done. They don't even own cell phones. So it's so hard for them to understand that this is what happens. And unfortunately, the elderly are the ones that are being nabbed most of the time. That's what I'm seeing anyway. Even the woman that was last night, she was 72, I think.
Yes,
and,
which is young, by the way.
Okay, I just turned 71, so yes, I would say that. Yeah, I still feel young. But
yes.
It's somebody that maybe doesn't work with computers, don't have the phone. They don't, and they've probably been told by their family, which is another reason they won't say anything, just what's going on there. But if I were to say that to somebody, do they know what AI even means? Cryptocurrency, they wouldn't know what that is.
No, artificial intelligence is a problem, especially for our friends that have, say, 70 years old in the rearview mirror. They grew up in an age where your word meant something. And if you pick up the phone to speak to somebody, you're a God-fearing citizen that's not going to trick me out of my life savings. And you are absolutely right when you say the romance scam is widely known. It's very dangerous. Our cryptocurrency and our Bitcoin scams are taking the more money, but number two is still romance scams in terms of dollar loss. Such a betrayal, such a thing to lead somebody on this way, pretend to be a romantic partner and drain their bank accounts. I wonder if they have a conscience sometimes the way they carry on, to be honest.
Well, obviously not, or they wouldn't keep doing it, would they? And
right.
Yeah, it's a shame that there are people out there that will stoop to that level because they don't see your face. They don't care. They have no emotion towards you, no connection that way, no personal connection. So they don't care. They just want that money, and
exactly.
And the money's not being held in this country, that's for sure.
No. Very seldom.
Yeah, very seldom is right. So in this area, Bruce Peninsula area here, what seems to be the worst one right now for scams right now?
For dollar values, it would be the cryptocurrency stuff. But here's another bad number. I don't like sharing bad numbers, but the first 2 months of 2024, January, February, and we're not quite at the end of February yet, but my detachment area services, Southern Bruce County, were at reported $103,000 lost to fraud, just in a little piece of half of Bruce County. So if you multiply that times, say, perhaps globally, the impact of fraud, it's got to stop, folks, and we have to work together. That's the only way around it.
They've come up with so many different ways of doing this. I mean, it's AI right now, and it's the crypto. What's it going to be next week?
Good question.
They don't. I mean, we can't even imagine how they do this, but they're working. This is old stuff to them. This crypto, and that's all old stuff. They've been doing that for years, which we didn't even know about. So I'm sure they're working on something really good to get back, get those people.
And I'm sure it's not artificial emotion either.
No. Now, do you find the younger generation, let's say, I don't know, between 20 and 40, you say, do you think they are a little more savvy, or do you think they are easily duped?
Well, I find they're more technically savvy than our friends that, for example, are beyond 70. But here's the thing to consider. My friends in between, say, 20 to 40 are calling to report $100 lost here, $200 there on marketplace items that don't really exist through our social media and things of this nature. So $150 seems small when you talk about millions of dollars. 150 over 1 million people becomes a big thing, right? So just in the old days, and I speak well of the old days because I miss them, but you would have people come through I worked at a garage years ago here in town called Riggins, Texaco. If your viewers that have been around a while will remember that, on Queen Street South. And we were not concerned about the $5 bill and the $10 bill for counterfeit. We were told to watch the 50s and the hundreds, whereas you're more likely to have a smaller bill counterfeit, right? Because there's less attention. Well, the same process in frauds. It's the 150, 250, which, by the way, I don't want to throw $250 down the toilet, but they add up too to create some of those significant losses we're seeing annually in Canada. So we have to take the approach that no fraud is good fraud. It's a crime. It is absolutely a crime. It's every day, all day. March is the Fraud Prevention Fraud Awareness Month that allows us to call attention to this. Please insert your negative adjective here. Act that is so prevalent. And if your friends do one thing after today's show, do one thing for me, verify. You cannot over verify stuff you don't expect. Please, please, please check it out.
I mean, that's the only way you're going to get around it, is just to make sure that what you're dealing with. And I know that a lot of people, I never used to, but they will buy online. And I never used to because I was always so afraid of getting, not getting the product or having them take more money. And I myself use PayPal because I felt like I've never had a problem. And I've told other people I've not had a problem, so it might be one of the best ways. Credit card company told me it is one of the best ways, but you still don't know. And it's so many
your
people,
guard up.
Yeah. Even with something like that, as soon as you give your credit card out, it's up for grabs. Who knows who's got it? I mean, it's like posting it on social media.
100%.
Really. Anybody can get it. Yeah, it's pretty bad when we go from don't drop your wallet because somebody may find it to, I don't know, don't breathe a word on social media or anything online, even doing your banking online, which I was always afraid to do. But it's got to the point where you have to use your computer and technology to do a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And that's where it comes in, where things are getting out of control.
Absolutely. Do you recall you and I have talked in the past about this emergency grandparent scam where you get that call in the wee hours from your grandchild? Do you remember we talked about that a number of times?
Do you remember we had somebody that had that scam happen?
Yes.
Do you remember? Yes.
Yes. December 2023, we had two of them right here in Southern Bruce County for $3,000 a piece. Right? It's still there. And if your viewers would look at it this way, it's illegitimate. It's illegal, but similar to a legitimate business, if it makes money, it continues. We got to stop the chain of pay here, folks. It starts with us. We have to stop responding.
Yeah. And, I hate to, because I'm in this field of the elderly, I feel like they are they're so green when it comes to this, and they have no idea. It's bad enough that kids will lose a couple $100. I mean, that's bad when I say kids under 40, you're saying. But when, but when they prey on people or people that just don't have the money. Remember, it used to be the encyclopedia salesman.
Yes.
That used to come around, and they would hit on the people that had no money. And that's the way it is now too. I mean, they prey on the people that are more likely to want to get rich quick.
Yes.
And that's what that crypto stuff is all about, isn't it?
Sure is.
Yeah. Yep. I was listening to that woman on the news last night, and she was getting money back, but it didn't come fast enough, and then gone. 300 and some thousand. I just can't believe somebody, even the romance scams. How can people do that? I can't understand, but they're playing on their emotions.
That's the key.
Yeah.
They are very elaborate, very convincing, and they are very practiced at what they do. Do you remember when I'm in person doing my talks and I talk to the people in the room about the used car salesman with the slick back hair and the three-piece suit and the white teeth you can see across the car lot? These folks that are reaching out through the computer and the phone are 100 times more dangerous. They spend every off minute, they're not on the call or on the computer, they're practicing to perfect the craft. I don't understand how these good, intelligent, God-fearing people are getting taken every day, but they are. And we must spread the word. We must band together. We must stop the flow of money. They have to use their skills for real jobs.
What bothers me is, okay, that is one way of it, but it's when they pray, for example, the seniors, when they use the AI intelligence, that artificial intelligence, and it's not just the elderly, because it showed on the news once before where a young girl, the mother got the message that her young daughter had been kidnapped or something like that, and her daughter was fine, but it was her voice she heard, and that's because it was cloned, I guess, that's a way of putting it, I suppose.
Yes.
It's cloned to sound just like her, and this wasn't an elderly woman. This was somebody younger than you and I say, but she knew her daughter's voice, and she really thought that was her that was in trouble.
Yes.
So for something like that, that's the part I think would be very hard to convince people to check, because the first thing you think of is, oh my God, that's my grandson, my son in trouble. I got to do it. So they wouldn't think of verifying because it's got to be done quick. And that's part of it too, isn't it?
That's the danger. And that's what they want. I call this thing your computer. They want to disconnect this and go right to your pocketbook. And an easy way to do that is your emotions. My God, it's my child, it's my grandchild. I've even heard tell of these con artists saying, there's a gag order. You can't talk to anybody. Send me the money. Are you serious right now? Are you a judge now? Right? People, just please take the time to dissect it. Think of the caller as your teenage son or daughter breaking curfew and those feeble things they come up with, because these are all perpetrated on a lie. I'm not suggesting your teenager lies. Sometimes they do. But these are not good people. They are making hand over fist at our expense, collectively our expense. It's got to stop.
Yeah, I mean, the money that's spent trying to find these people, which I imagine has got to be almost impossible, because they are in other countries. They're not. How do you trace those people?
Well, investigatively, it presents a challenge because it is very resource intensive for us. And I don't want your viewers to get the idea that we don't care about fraud. We do care. But our reality is we must prioritize. And first and foremost is crimes against people. I understand you could argue that fraud's a crime against a person. What I mean is the assaults and the domestics and all these pieces, right? We must prioritize human life over what we call a property offense. And then when you start talking about different jurisdictions, offshore, it just becomes more and more resource exhaustive for our agencies, our being all police officers, not just my group. And what that becomes is very difficult. And when I'm at my talks, as you've seen them many times over the years, you have to consider your money is gone. Police officers are not a collection agency, and we can't go after money. We go after criminal charges, and hopefully money can be returned. I would love to see you get your money back, but that's the challenge, right?
Well, especially when people have been warned so much not to do this, and you go ahead and do it. And you're right, the police don't have the resources to look into this.
It's a challenge.
It is, and you got to check out what's here. So it's what bothers me or what concerns me are the people that don't report it, because you can't keep track of how much is lost and all the new ways it's being taken. People don't report it, so people really have to report. And it would be nice if they could be trained or taught. Okay, you got scammed. It's embarrassing, but report it so that people can see what all the new ways, because they probably got scammed a new way that we don't even know about. The most recent ones, I would think. So it's something that, we really have to think about everything that goes on. And there are websites you can go to. I checked them all out. I was looking into it before we talked, and just how bad it is, because I think of it safe around here where we live. And I know
We're pretty
it's not.
good. We're pretty good, but we do have issues, yes.
Yeah, and because it is all over the internet that a lot of this happens,
Yep.
we're not immune to it.
No.
Okay, now we're almost out of time. I have to say something. For anybody that doesn't know, Constable Martin is retiring in April. What are we going to do without you? Somebody in the wings? Is somebody in the wings to do your job?
There is somebody in the wings who I'm sure will be fabulous.
It's going to be so strange. In fact, Tammy, Schneider was on before you, and we talked about that. Like, what are we going to do if Cameron's not here to take care of us? You're such a local, I don't want to say legend, but you're the local face around here, and it's going to be tough. Every time I see on TV, I tell my husband, "Oh, look who! That's my buddy there." It's going to be hard to fill your shoes. How long have you been doing this?
15 years I've been doing the community part of my role, media relations, community presentations, and that's a good chunk of a fellow's career. And I've enjoyed every minute of it. It's been an honor to serve in that capacity. It's gonna be a change for me too, but I'm confident you'll be in good hands with our new officer who's very excited to get into the role and get going. So I like that quality.
Now, how long have you been a police officer?
Actually, I will have just over 23 years of service with the OPP, and your friends are getting out their calculators and saying, well, that's not 30. But I have service with Ontario Hydro, and I worked for correctional services at Stratford Jail. So my cumulative service with the province is over 32 years. So I've earned a chance to, shall we say, get paid once a month.
Well, we're going to miss you. And we're looking forward to your new protege that comes in.
Yes.
And have a great retirement. I don't know. I retired and I'm still working. I don't know what happened there.
Well, that could be my future.
I was forced to retire when my husband did, and I couldn't do it.
No.
So here I am still working and doing so many other things. But I love it. Keeps me young. Keeps me young. Well,
absolutely.
And I'm going to see you on the 18th. He's coming.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, he's going to come out and talk to some of our residents because we have a lot of new ones, of course, and there's so many new things out there. So we want to make sure they understand. And I'm inviting their families to come along so they can see. Yeah, because they need to tell them. They need to hear it more from their family than from us, I would think.
Yes.
So I'm going to look forward to that. And have a great retirement.
I will. I won't be a stranger.
Yeah, we'll see you around town. Thanks so much. And that is the end of this show. I'm so glad you all tuned in. Don't forget to come back next month. I'm trying to think of what we got going on, but it doesn't matter. Just come back anyway. What the heck, eh? And if you got any ideas, please message me, a conversation with Karen at gmail.com. I love to hear from you guys. I get some great emails, people wanting to do different things.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
For 25 years, you've been helping to make our roads safer by doing the right thing. You've been the designated driver, you've stayed over, called home, you've called a cab or a friend, and planned ahead. Let's keep doing the right thing. Support sober driving by getting yourself and your friends home safely.
Do the right thing.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Hey, I'm Jay Crawford. And I'm Cedric Gano. And make sure you tune in on Attack Rap every week on Rogers TV to make sure you know what's going on with your own sound tech.
With clubs, leagues, and courts in every province.